Hey, it's Lights Out Ace. Everybody else was putting their little face camera on their YouTube videos, so thought I might as well too. So, I've been playing a lot of decks on stream recently and not as many YouTube videos, and I know a lot of people don't have time to like watch streams or like don't like watching live or they can't skip through games and stuff. So I thought I'd do a series of like real short, like half hours, play like a couple games with each deck of like some cool decks I've been playing. I'm gonna start with this one. It's Argenport Sleepless Night control deck. This is probably the one that I'm the least confident in. Like, I am about 500 with this, which, if anything, means it might not be good enough, because usually I'm like above 500 with most decks, even decks that are bad. But the general idea is that Argenport's weakness is that it runs out of gas, and then Sleepless Nights fix that issue really, really well. Like, drawing 4 cards is pretty great. And it also works really nicely with Makto. Like, I've been disappointed with Makto in general, but here he's nice because you can generally Sleepless Night into him right away. You never have to wait more than a few turns for your next Makto once you've got the Sleepless Night trains rolling. And even if you like have a Destiny Sleepless Night in your deck and draw it and then have to immediately bin your hand or whatever, like if there was a Makto in between somewhere, it still comes into play. So you can get a lot of Maktos. And then other than that, it's just like standard Argenport control stuff, lots of removal, lots of blockers, silences, harsh rule, Copperhall Bailiff for anti-aggro. Pretty standard stuff. So I'm just gonna hop into a couple games here. Like I said, not gonna make really long videos here. And like there's always the Twitch VODs if you want like more of me playing random decks. But yeah, I thought this one was cool, so I'm gonna play a few games. All right, this hand's solid. Need a second Justice, but I have a lot of draws, so I think we'll probably get there. Another cool thing is that Makto puts himself into your deck, and then your war cries hit the Makto, which is kind of fun. You get like bigger Maktos than your opponent, and they continually get bigger. So I could play that again by playing the Shadow Sigil, but I think I'd like to leave open the option to Copperhall Bailiff next turn. Like, waiting one turn on Spire isn't going to be crippling or anything. Our opponent just plays 2 Justice Sigils. Are they a mono Justice deck, or are they power screwed? Alright, so they're some sort of like Justice aggro deck. No, this is going to work perfectly. I get to pop the Aegis with this Bailiff and then finish it off with Vara's Favor. Assuming that Xenophon doesn't slam a weapon here, I suppose. What costs 3 in Justice? Like, Mantle of Justice and Hammer of Might both cost 4, so I think I'll probably be able to do this. Like, what would save them is a Finest Hour or Protect. And, like, if they attack, I'll block. I'm fine trading my 2-3 for their Finest Hour. I don't care. I'd rather, like, be able to Vara's Favor and finish the thing off. Don't want my opponent getting multiple War Cries. As long as their stuff stays of reasonable size, I have these. The thing to worry about is Silverwing Familiar, I suppose. So maybe if I draw power, I just don't have to. Whoa. Forgot about Paladin Oathbook. This could get troublesome. Oh no, the trade just happens. Alright. Well, then I'm fine. Okay, I think I'm just going to double Vara's Favor to ensure Throne Warden. Well, then I don't really have an answer to Silverwing Familiar. Whereas now I have Favor Harsh Rule for it. Alright, I'm just going to get greedy and do this. Hopefully I draw power. Alright, I did. All is right with the world. Yep, and there's the Silverwing Familiars. Yeah, I got the Favorite Harsh Rule if they... Actually, I'm just going to Favor Harsh Rule no matter what, right? Because they have this Oath Book. I don't even... It's not like if they play a weapon on it, it's going to get out of control. It's like, it's already getting out of control. They have an Oath Book. So I'm just going to draw a bunch of power this turn and then Harsh Rule it next turn. This way I'm also not Harsh Ruling away my big guys who can win races, you know. Gain 4 armor when they come into play and then just be big Aegis bodies. Vanquish that. Hopefully they play another unit here so I can get some Harsh Rule value. But if not, I have to Harsh Rule just that one guy. Like, Throne Warden can't race that. Alright, they play another guy. Perfect. Ooh, a Makto. I play that and it gets like vanquished. That's fine. I play that and it gets Valkyrie Enforcer. It just makes my Harsh Rule even better. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. It kind of forces them to have something and maybe makes them extend a little more. And I'm not worried about taking damage. Like, Mono Justice isn't gonna have reach. Like, they're not gonna be able to finish me off from 10 once I stabilize the board. Plus, I have these Throne Wardens, so yeah, I'm okay with like taking a little bit of damage here if they have a Vanquish or something. Alright, Vulcan Enforcer, perfect. That's kind of what we were hoping for. Also means I can't silence Vanquish my next Throne Warden. Wow, I think I would have opted for 6 damage over 3 and 3 health. The health doesn't matter in this matchup at all. If they have a Protect, I guess I can keep this around. Maybe that's what they're playing towards. They're playing towards, what's going on? Finest Hour, sure. Okay, well now they're powered down. They spent a card to kill my guy that was going to Harshful away anyways. This is wonderful for me. We kind of just got him. They got there. It was like a 4 for 1. Well, 4 for 2, I guess, the Makto as well. But super value. We'll probably be able to race with these Throne Wardens even through this Oath Book now. They're hitting for 5. I'm hitting for more. Ooh, Runehammer. So let's see. If I play Throne Warden, I'll go to 4 armor. They can knock it all off. Yeah, so I guess I'm just going to Runehammer plus Guy. I'm never going to get 2 hits with the Runehammer, so. It's going to kill something. Shut off the damage here. Hopefully win the race. Take 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas my opponent will take 3, 9, 13. Like, they're just going to be dead so fast. So on like a 4-turn clock. Although they can, at any point, like, change gears and start chump blocking, and I can't. Which makes it sort of awkward, but. I mean, my deck is full of removal and stuff, so. Probably can make it through. Ooh, that's really good. That gives him +3/+3, so I'm taking 5 right here. Okay. Runehammers are no longer good draws for me, I guess. There are Maktos, really. That's a good one, though. Jeez. Sort of the Sky King, kill that, then just keep it alive forever. Man, Sort of the Sky King is insane. I wouldn't be surprised if opponent just conceded to this Throne Warden next turn. Like, they'll play a guy here, being like, oh, I can power through this Sort of the Sky King, whatever. Let's kill one more guy, and then I can win the races with my Oath Books. Then I'm going to keep it alive with Throne Warden, and they're going to concede. Yep. Sleepless Night if I run out of gas. So this should just be the ball game. Yep. And Sleepless Night does discard your whole hand. It's not just draw 4, so I'm going to play out this Throne Warden first. Because Throne Warden's actually very relevant with this Sort of the Sky King in play.
Don't drop your tools.
Opponent thinks they can power through this. This is an 8/16 Sort of the Sky King, friend. You're not powering through this. Play this first so that Finest Hour doesn't kill my sword. They don't have it anyways. I like it when I can Sleepless Nights with extra power. Now if I like Sleepless Night play power, play a 2-drop. Annihilate or something. I'm 1 off lethal if they have a unit to block my Sword of the Sky King. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so you can see how the standard Argenport control plan is fine. Didn't even need to dip into the Sleepless Nights there. And again, the problem with Argenport is it runs out of gas, right? It has no, like, card advantage, basically. And Sleepless Nights fixed that so you can play long games. And it also lets me play a lot of power, because then, like, I can afford to get up to 8 with, like, the 2 Swords of the Sky King and the 4 Sleepless Nights. I tried fewer swords, and I just, like, oftentimes didn't have enough to do, even with all the Sleepless Nights, because I would just, like, Sleepless Nights at 10 power and draw, like, 10 power with the stuff, then, like, I'd play that the next turn, and then I wouldn't have anything to do. So, like, Sword of Sky King just gives me, like, another expensive card. With the Bailiffs and the Throne Wardens and other removal, like, Harsh Rules and Runehammers, this deck is very, very good at extending the game. And then Sleepless Nights just kind of buries the opponent. And that's kind of like how control finishers have to work in Eternal. Like, the proactive strategies are so strong, like, your control deck needs to be able to turn the corner. With, like, it's like Knucklebones is one way to do that. And, like, Sleepless Nights is another way to do that. Like, both those cards just bury your opponent in value if you make it that far. I'll keep this. I got, like, good anti-aggro. And, like, I won't be able to cast this for a long time, but I'll likely get there. And then, like, it's just very nice to have the 8-drop when you do make it to 8. It's the same guy? No. This is probably Armory, then. Armory is not great for this deck, I would assume. Like, so if, like, you get a bunch of Maktos and they, like, run out of control. Wow, Mono's just twice in a row. This is bizarre. Like, if you get a bunch of Maktos and they run out of control, like, that's sweet. But, that generally doesn't happen, so you want to, try and, like, grind at them, like, use your weapons to kill their weapons or whatever. But then their refuel only costs 5, Smuggler's Stash, whereas ours costs 8 in Sleepless Night, so that's why it seems like it'd be bad, in theory. Like, I've only played it a couple times. I haven't played this deck a whole lot. Alright, so Shrink It, or play my Flyer. I think I'll play my Flyer. If they attack, signaling the finest hour, I think I don't block, and then I bailiff and block with that the next turn. So that they're... No, okay, well, I'm not going to block now. I was going to say I would not block so that their finest hour, or... I think it's the only common trick they can play, right? Finest hour. But I do that so that their finest hour would kill my ground guy instead of my flying guy, because their deck is all flyers, so I want... And I have relatively fewer flyers, I only have 8. So I want to try and preserve my flyers so I can block if I want to. Kind of like I was talking about last game, where you want to be... Like, when you have flyers and your opponent doesn't, you get to dictate whether the matchup is a race or a grind. Ugh, hitting the war card thing right away. Really bad for me. Especially now that I can't block that, just take a ton. Okay, well, we're in fine shape. Never mind. It was looking bad, but now it's looking fine. Draw some power. I have chumps this turn, send a harsh roll next turn. Flying item or something. What was that? The show must go on. We'll power through. Yeah, I can just chump, harsh rule. Like, after I double chump it, telegraphs the harsh rule really hard, but like, whatever. I guess they won't commit another thing. It just buys me another turn. Another turn is another power drop. Another power drop is closer to Sword of the Sky King, which they can't beat. Or they're just gonna go all in here. Jeez. Alright, well if they have Protect, I guess I am in trouble. They didn't have a pause last turn, like no fast spell, so they probably won't this turn either. Yep, they don't. Sweet. Pick them up. They have Makto to block the next flyer. Hero of the People. Huh, Mono Justice Hero of the People is interesting. What are you using to pump this? I guess Silvering Familiar? But like, generally you want to be either like Shadow or Time with that, so you can either Karmic Guardian or Piercing Grief. Get silenced, I don't care. Just gonna Sword of the Sky King that. Question is whether I want to Bailiff first. Well, now that I have 2 Sword of the Sky Kings, there's no reason to even consider that. I was gonna think I could Bailiff first and then Sword of the Sky King, and then like the sword won't die on this, assuming they don't play a unit with another ability. But now that I just have a second Sword of the Sky King, whatever, I'll kill this and then we'll be fine. Mantle of Justice. Okay, that's somewhat troublesome. Now I have to use up my whole Sword of the Sky King to kill this. But I have a Sleepless Night, so that should be okay. Sure, alright. I have no more Sword of the Sky Kings, but my opponent has nothing. I have a Makto and a Sleepless Night to draw a whole bunch. Outlet. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to play 2 units and then Sleepless Night. This way I'll have lethal presented. They don't have a bunch of war cries or anything, so they can't just kill me. They're not going to rip like a 9-9 or 10-10 Mantle of Justice and finish me off here. Alright. Got him. Alright. I'll play one more. I don't want to play against just like only Mono Justice. That's like kind of a fringe matchup. Let's see if we can play against something real. Even if we get whooped, then you can see what the weakness of the deck is. And also it's like another matchup where like I don't need Sleepless Night, right? I just want to be sleepless. So one more it is. Those are both like fast too, so. Climbing up through Diamond with Sleepless Nights. Let's go. You really can make master with anything if you just play a lot. You're bound to hit that win streak sooner or later. Takes +7 to go up a rank in Diamond, like from Diamond 3 to Diamond 2 or Diamond 2 to Diamond 1. And then you have like a buffer once you are at the bottom. Right, so this isn't really 1 power, it's like 2, but even then this isn't great. Like have an 8-drop, a harsh rule that I'm not guaranteed to be able to cast on time. I'm just gonna ship that for a new one. Okay, this is medium, but I'll try it. Play that first. I don't know if I'm gonna draw a Sigil or another banner or whatever. Like if I draw a whole bunch of banners, I can like play this on 3, then like this on 4, then this on 5. I don't know. I'll probably just play the banner here. I'm much more likely to draw a Sigil, and like the banner's not going to be undepleted for a turn 3 unit either way. So it's hopefully I draw a Sigil and then I can play the Enforcer on time. There's a good target for it. Alright, well we're going to take some beats. Dawnwalker is really bad against this deck. We can Enforcer and Steward. Like Makto also brick walls it, but we might just be too far behind here. Like they play a Titan, I'm just like kind of boned. False sprints, that's that's Titan, basically. Okay, well, I drew a power, so... I'll play the most expensive card I can. Maybe like won't attack with these because of the Steward, so I get to trade here, then silence this. That works out pretty well for me. And also I might get to 6 before I whiff on power twice, and then I can play 2 of these in one turn. I'll play like these on 5 and 4 or whatever. Yep, okay, cool. That works. Alright, if I find one more power, I'm feeling pretty good actually. Jeez. Alright, and there it is. Wow, that's perfect. I get to kill that and silence the Dawnwalker. That was an amazing draw. Okay, so now I'm probably just going to swing at this. I will happily trade. Slam this Makto they can never kill. I guess they can like permafrost it. If they do, I'll silence it and get a ground pounding 5/5. Like, sure, it sucks to silence your Makto, but it's fine. Oh, alright, this is 4, 5, 6, 8 damage. Bring me down to 12. It's not even that threatening. I could double Enforcer, bop him back down to 4 power. Oh, Makto. If they have like another Crystallize or Permafrost, I get kind of low, but then I have a Throne Warden follow-up to gain some health. What is Echo? Sauropod, I guess? I don't think they play Find the Way. Yeah, I double Crystallize is kind of what I figured was happening. Yeah, so I go down to 4, and I play Throne Warden, and I'm okay. Go up to 8, can block these. I was just like unfreeze my guys, but I think a Throne Warden is fine. Maybe I should have played Throne Warden instead of Makto just so that I could still... Now, you have to trade the 4-1. But I guess that's what it's doing now anyways. So I probably should have done that. Oh wow. 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we died. It happens. It's got double crystallized. Okay, so I could have like Valkyrie Enforcer this to like block for an extra turn, even against the Carnosaur. I knew the last 2 cards were a Sauropod, so... Whatever, sometimes you summon on power and get double crystallized. Okay, so... This is Sleepless Nights control. You didn't get to see it in those games, but like Sleepless Nights actually is pretty cool. So yeah, if you're a fan of Makto but can't seem to find a home for him outside of Argenport aggro, you don't want to just like play him as Impending Doom's 5 throw 8. Give this a try. Sleepless Nights is cool. I've done some cool stuff with it. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll come out with a few more short videos like shortly, like within the next few days. So shameless plug, like, subscribe, rngchannel.com, whatever, you know the drill, and yeah, do what makes you happy. See ya.